The FSA ID is a username and password that you will need to access U.S. Department of Education websites, such as FAFSA.gov or studentloans.gov. You will use your FSA ID every year you apply for federal student aid and while you are repaying any student loans you received. It is very important that you create your own FSA ID. Don't let anyone else create your FSA ID for you. The FSA ID is a legal signature that should be created and used only by the owner, and allowing someone else to create your FSA ID could cause problems with your financial aid. To get started, go to studentaid.gov/FSAID. Click Create an FSA ID. Make sure to read the instructions at the top of each page. Also, if you aren't sure how to answer a question, you can get additional information by clicking the gray question mark next to each question. We recommend that you provide your email address when you create your FSA ID. An email address isn't required, but if you provide one, you can use it to retrieve your username and password if you forget them. Make sure to use an email address that you can access. The email address you choose can't be used with anyone else's FSA ID. For example, if a parent and a child share the same email address, they cannot both use that email address when creating their own FSA IDs. One person will need to use a different email address. Next, create a username that is at least 6 characters long and that is easy for you to remember. If you see a message saying username taken, create a different username, then someone else has already used that username, and you will need to use a different name. One way to create a unique username is to add a number to the end of the name. You will also need to create a password. Make sure you don't include personal information, such as your name, date of birth, or social security number in your password. Do not give your username and password to anyone. Lastly, verify your age and click Continue. Provide your social security number, date of birth, and full name. The information must match exactly what's on your social security card. Make sure to put your first and last name in the correct spots and double-check that you haven't made any typos. You must have a social security number to create an FSA ID. Once you click Continue, you'll go to the profile page. If you had a federal student aid PIN, you can enter it now. If you forgot your 4-digit PIN, click Forgot My PIN, and you can answer your PIN challenge question instead. By providing your PIN, you are confirming your identity, and you will be able to use your FSA ID right away to access all U.S. Department of Education websites that require it. If you never had a PIN or forgot it, don't worry. You can still create your FSA ID and use it to sign and submit a new FAFSA immediately. But it will take 1 to 3 days for your information to be confirmed with the Social Security Administration. Until your information is verified, you won't be able to take certain actions, such as correct your FAFSA, submit a renewal FAFSA, sign your master promissory note, or access your loan history online. On the profile page, enter your mailing address and telephone number. You can also choose to receive FSA ID information in Spanish by selecting the language preference. Next, create your challenge questions. These are questions we'll ask you if you forget your username and password or lock your account. For the first 2 challenge questions, pick a question from the drop-down box and enter your answer. Select the Show Text box so you can see what you're typing. For challenge questions number 3 and 4, type your own question and answer. Maybe something like, what street did I grow up on? Who is my favorite aunt? Or what is my favorite food? Finally, for challenge question number 5, pick a significant date from your life, other than your birthday. This number is used if you need to access your loan history through automated phone systems. It's important that you pick questions and answers that you will be able to remember. Click Continue to review all the information you've entered so far. Double-check all of the information you provided, especially your email address if you entered one, and your social security number, name, and date of birth. If you need to make a correction, select the previous button to go back to the correct screen and make your changes. Then, read the terms and conditions, click the checkbox to accept them, and click Continue. If you entered your email address, will send you an email with a secure code. You will need to enter your secure code on the email verification page. Do not close the email verification page. If you haven't already, log into your email account using a different tab, browser window, or another device. Look for an email with the subject line Important, your FSA ID email validation action required from FSA ID information. If you haven't received the email within a few minutes, check your junk mail folder. Enter the 6-digit numeric code from the email message into the box on the FSA ID email verification page and click Continue. Congratulations! You'll see a screen confirming you successfully created your FSA ID. If you provided an email address, you will also receive a confirmation email. You can now complete, sign, and submit your new FAFSA. For more information about the FSA ID, including when and where you can use it, go to studentaid.gov/FSA ID.